Well, the end of the year is upon us once again, and so what better time to look back at the gaming that the year behind us has provided. It's been a great year for gaming. The industry has seen huge gains all around. There have been some fascinating mergers. Here at Snakes, it's also been a banner year for us. We've seen some record sales. We've opened a second location, Snakes and Loggers, and we've expanded our original location a second time. And of course, we've also had all the fun making these videos and our weekly podcast, The Snakes Cast. Personally, I've had a huge year of gaming. I have learned over 110 new games. That's right, that's more games than your average person can even name. Well, here's a list of what I've learned. That's better. Well, so let's start talking about some of those games. Coin Age. This is a micro game that was on Kickstarter, and it is actually 8-minute Empire. It is a great mix of strategic decisions and just a little bit of luck. And the best thing about it, it fits in your wallet. 5 Tribes. This is another beautifully produced game from Days of Wonder and Bruno Cathala. It's quite an interesting one. I've only played it once, but I definitely want a return visit. It uses a neat Mancala-like movement progression for placing your pieces, and it has a lot of beautiful bits to play with. It's a bit of a departure from Days of Wonder. It's probably not going to get a lot of traction with new or non-gamers, but people who are established gamers, I think they're going to like it. Lost Legacy from AEG Games is the spiritual successor of Love Letter, and a lot of people call it Lost Letter. But joking aside, it does have enough differences in its mechanics that make it a different game, and the science fiction spaceship theme is going to help bring in some gamers who are maybe put off by the mushy, lovey-dovey theme of Love Letter. It's another great little micro game. Give it a shot. Also from AEG is Cipher, or Love Runner. It's got a cyberpunk theme that's great, and the gameplay is substantially different from Love Letter, although it still does have the you want to have the highest ranking card in your possession at the end of the game victory condition. Now, it didn't really hit with me and the people that I was playing with for the first time, but a lot of the staff here at Snakes just really dig this game, and I suspect that if I try it again once I get to know more of what the cards really do, then I'm going to like it more than I did the first time I played it. SGJ winner Camel Up is definitely on my list of games to praise for 2014. Jonathan, one of our senior gurus here, thinks that it's an inferior version of Lemming Mafia, but I have to disagree. I think that Lemming Mafia may be simpler to play. It is not as intuitive to learn. And I just like what Camel Up does, and that pyramid is awesome fun rolling the dice with. Concept and Splendor were both runners-up for the SDJ this year, and I love Concept for its charades for smart people kind of aspect. It's not really much of a game, but it's a fantastic activity that really stretches the way you think and communicate. Now, Splendor has become super popular with the gurus here at Snakes and Lattes. It's easy to teach, not too complicated. For me, it just didn't quite click. It's not a bad game by any stretch, but it is definitely an optimization game, and if you make one little misstep early in the game, it can really ruin your chances of winning, and that doesn't quite do it for me. I love pirates, so when Space Cowboy announced Black Fleet, a game that does merchants and marauders on a ticket-to-ride timetable, I was in. Now, it is a bit of a table hog, but it's beautifully produced and a lot of fun to play. That's all the time we have this week for the Year in Review. Join us next week when we finish off, and you'll find out what my favorite game of the year was. Leave us a comment letting us know what your most anticipated game of 2015 is, and don't forget to send your questions to AskSnakes@snakesandlattes.com. We'll see you next week.